During the intermediate years, kids need to grapple with some pretty serious math. Numbers get very big as 1,000,000, and numbers get very small, as tiny as 1,000th. Plus, think of all the computation. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. There's certainly lots to learn in the intermediate years. Wouldn't it be nice if we could go outside to practice some of that serious math? No, I don't mean packing your worksheets outside. I mean actually getting to know some of that math better by finding it outside. Intermediates can do that. You just need to have the right tools. Let's start with the most important set, the ones that start with you. Now, most intermediates see the outside as a place for a good break, and it is. A place to enjoy some nice snacks or a treat and play some sports, but hold on a minute. The first step to taking math outside is to clear away all of those expectations. The outdoors is a wonderful place to learn, and your ability to focus and observe carefully are your most important tools. This week, we're going to try to accomplish 2 tasks. The first is to find a good sit spot. And the second is to practice observing using a mathematical lens. Do you live close to nature? Perhaps a quiet trail that winds its way through the forest? Or maybe a backyard with a garden and a view of the sky? Or a comfortable inside spot with a view of the outside world? If so, then you can find yourself a sit spot. This is my friend Lauren and her sit spot. She's safe, comfortable, focused. Make sure you talk to your family about the right sit spot for you. And what about this so-called mathematical lens? How can we observe nature and think of math? Well, I happen to know that tens of thousands of years ago, humans invented math to do just that. They invented tallies and calendars to keep track of days and seasons for a start. They learned to measure, weigh, and quantify materials for building, bartering, selling, simply understanding them more deeply. This is what we're going to do too. Today, you get to collect some data on the question, what kinds of things can I see from my sit spot? It's going to be interesting to compare the kinds of things that you can see to what your classmates can see. Here's how I recommend that you set up your notebook. The first thing you're going to do is to write up a short title. Use a ruler to draw some boxes where you are going to record tally marks for the following categories. You'll want to record the number of trees that you see, and flowering plants, the number of birds that you might see or hear, and insects as well, and the number of cars, because you might see some from your sit spot. Buildings, such as houses or stores or apartment buildings. I almost forgot animals. I'm not so sure that I'm likely to see any, but you never know. And as usual, other, because you never know when you've forgotten a category. That should about do it. Take your pencil and your notebook and let's head to your sit spot. You'll need to spend 5 minutes in your sit spot to sort of taking in everything. It's easy to get counting all the stationary objects, things like trees and flowering bushes, but things like insects and birds or anything that moves, you're going to have to be patient and watch for them. I actually counted a surprising number of trees, almost too many to count. There were birds and insects, cars and buildings. I didn't see any animals, and I decided to add 2 other categories, lampposts and humans. And now it's your turn. Time to go find a sit spot and practice viewing the world around you with a mathematical lens. Have fun recording data on what you notice and comparing it to your friends. You might even be able to use your data to make a good guess on the location of your friends' sit spots. Don't forget to take a photo of all your hard work to share with your teacher. And finally, I'd like to thank my friend Lauren for her inspiration today. make sure you check out her video on sit spots. Take care, everyone.